Well, no argument there. Well, no argument there. Certainly some strong, inspiring people. People have had to deal with cancer in one way or another, whether it's their own battle with the disease or a loved one's fight. People many of us can relate to.
Yeah, and the American Cancer Society reports there will be an estimated 5,300 new cases of cancer in Delaware this year alone, more than 30,000 in Maryland, and almost 41,000 new cases of cancer in Virginia this year. But it's always so inspiring to see communities come together to fight this deadly disease, and that's exactly what's going to happen with the American Cancer Society's Relay for Life. Its 20th year. And
joining us today to tell us more are Jenny Palmer, who's the co-chair of Relay for Life, and her son, Marshall. Thanks, guys, for joining us today. It's great to have you. Marshall, what are you doing here? You actually do Relay for your dad, right?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
I do Relay for my dad because ever since I was born, he was always sick. And I just learned to grow up with it, and I learned relaying with everybody even if I didn't know them, and I was taught how to treat all these people and how to make all these people feel better and to fundraise just for fun.
So what you're telling me is you lost your dad, right?
Yes.
And he taught you all of this, that this is what you want to do now.
Yep.
That's remarkable.
Wow. Jenny, tell us about the impact fighting cancer can have on a child.
Having my own child who's grown up with a life of fighting cancer, it was hard for him, and we decided to take a more positive route. And going through Relay for Life, Marshall was able to see that it didn't have to be awful, and Chris never let it be a terrible fate on Marshall until, of course, we lost Chris in the fight. But Relay for Life is a really fun way to celebrate while we're making money to fund financing and to do all of the services the American Cancer Society provides. People fundraise all year long for this event, and Relay for Life is actually just a celebration of all of the work we've done all year long, seeing all of the survivors, and being there for other people who have lost their family members. So the impact can be horrible, but it doesn't have to be. It can always turn out to have a positive effect, and I think that's what changes the world.
Okay, so I think a lot of us have heard of Relay for Life, but tell us about it. What goes on at Relay for Life?
The actual night of Relay for Life itself is remarkable. There's 3,000 to 4,000 people who come to Purdue Stadium. The evening starts out at 6 o'clock with a survivor walk. And all of the survivors with big red ribbons do one lap around the track. It's very inspirational. This year we're hoping to add a kids walk right after that. We're hoping to line the track with all of the children from the community. It's very easy to have children come and join us.
Right.
Because we applaud the survivors as they do their walk, and then the kids will follow in behind them. The event itself has fundraisers all night long. It's a very family-friendly event, very fun games and silly things and everything glow in the dark you can possibly imagine. And then at 7 o'clock there's a luminaria ceremony, or a dusk, I should say, more dusk than 7, where the entire track is lit up with candles that have been purchased in honor or memory of someone that you've lost, and the bagpipes play, and it's very emotional. It's the most emotional part of the night, quite honestly.
Oh my goodness.
And it's just it's a great reminder of why we're fighting. We're fighting for those we've lost, we're fighting for those that we haven't lost, and we're fighting for those who just survived.
Now, Jenny, you have a story, and so many other people who are there have a similar story. What's it like to hear those stories?
The stories are amazing, and it's worth it to come to the event just to hear them. Turn to your left, ask that person what their story is. Turn to your right, the person's story is completely different and exceptionally meaningful. There is not a story there that won't tug at your heart somehow, with the positive, with the negative. We have a survivor there this year. It'll be his 56th year of surviving. He's had 4 different types of cancer.
Oh my.
And he's the Energizer Bunny.
Wow.
It's amazing, but every story is worth hearing.
How about that? Marshall, I'm going to throw a big one at you here. How old are you?
I am 11 years old.
11 years old. I am going to ask you if you could boil everything down and you had one thing that you could tell other people, what would you tell them?
I would tell them that even though cancer has taken many lives, it will never win because we'll never stop fighting.
from the mouth of an 11-year-old.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's run down the event details. This is going to be Saturday, September 27th. The Survivor Walk starts at 6 p.m.
It does.
At Arthur Purdue Stadium in Salisbury, and it benefits the American Cancer Society. And of course, WBOC is a proud sponsor.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Give me some, Marshall. Thank you. Gotta do that. Gotta do that. If you want to know more about Relay for Life, including how you can sign up or donate, all you have to do is go to delmarvalife.com and click on the Show tab.
Still ahead on Delmarva Life, it's a short trip from shore to shore, but the Woodland Ferry has a history that spans decades. Coming up, Brian Spyros goes aboard the ferry, talks with one of the captains, and finds out what mechanism at the bottom of the Nanticoke River helps the ferry on its many trips back and forth with precision.
Love that trip too. But first, we've teamed up with Sussex County Federal Credit Union to help you make better sense of your money. Here's Cherie Coleman with this week's tip.
On behalf of Sussex County Federal Credit Union, I'm Cherie Coleman with this week's Dollars and Cents tip for small business owners. Many new businesses struggle with how to advertise or market their business without spending a fortune. Here are just a few tips for marketing on a thin budget. Find the top bloggers in your industry. Reach out and pitch them on some ideas you'd like to write. Go to local events or meetings where you can hand out your store's business card, menu, or flyer. Set up exclusive deals for members of local direct marketing associations or chambers of commerce, or even offer to host their next event at your business location. Many of these organizations offer email blasts to their members for extremely reasonable prices. At Sussex County Federal Credit Union, we offer our business partners the option of having an ad on the electronic signs on the exterior of our branches, as well as on our digital TV screens on the interior of each branch. True partnerships should benefit all parties. Those are just a few ways to get the word out about your business. But there is no substitute for word of mouth and personal referrals. The best way to get those referrals is to treat every customer like they're your only customer. Together, we can achieve more.